Let's start with the core. That is first category in the program that I have talked about in the previous video. It has two components. One is mobile cloud solutions. And second one is Lambda. In this particular short video, I'm going to talk about mobile cloud solutions. To begin with, mobile cloud solutions. So it's a platform, and it is going to provide services to the end users based on certain model that we call it as a software as a service model. Predominantly, we call it as a pay as you go. Okay. So now, before getting in detail into that particular platform, uh, it's good to understand what exactly our legacy is and how we have transformed industry transformed to emerging technology, which we call it as a cloud. From the past decade, we have been seeing that transformation, that involvement in all the industries and day-to-day services as well. Okay. Now, when coming to the legacy part, okay, the legacy part here is I'm just taking an example of core the testing activities that day to day that we are doing. Okay, I'm taking that as an example and giving you a just quick view so that you can connect what I'm talking about here and how it is, why it is transformed to a cloud. Okay, so in the legacy, in the training part, as on today, what we are doing is end user, we are a just generic user. So if you are out of corporate assignments, we are just generic users, and we may not be in a position to acquire that kind of infra or rich resources. So what we do is we have our own automation development machine or some development machine like a laptop, basic laptop, and we have the software configured. Might be a emulator or simulator. Emulator means Android and simulator means iOS. And real devices we can connect to our system and configure. Okay, so there are certain packages are available, and from the Android side we have certain Android the packages are available. We need to configure so that the system can detect this particular device. And coming to the iOS side, we need to configure the we should have a iOS Mac system, and we have to configure experts so that they can able to detect so that particular iOS device. And at the same time, the browsers. So we have our open source frameworks are available, and we have to build our own system, and we can run our tests on the installed browser. And whenever we have any changes, we need to update our the drivers. So this is the kind of the manual the process that we have to do in the legacy side. So that too, if you take the decade back, we have to suppose, for example, we are building an automation for a web application, and we need to suppose in order to run, so we need to have the servers which are inside the corporate the system environment, corporate environment, and it might be a multiple the servers. Okay, so whatever the source we have, we need to configure different browsers and different systems and trigger the test source, and it will run. And at the same time, Git repo is another system where we have to be secure to enter into this particular platform, and then we have to basically that is for a version code management. So that in a way we have to do that one. And as an example, I have given the the CA platform. Suppose we have a the pipeline is built. So what it means is, we have to invoke the test from this A platform, and then it will take the code from that one and it will execute on emulator or target device, whether it is a browser or this one. So when coming to the browsers, it has to be configured on the different in-house servers. The device are there, particular system, it has to be connected and it has to be run. And even for similarly for emulator or simulator also, we have to the connect and the see. So that is the corporate side. We have the architecture and the resources that we have managed. And coming to the training side, as on today also we are doing, because I'm a general user, I'm a personal user. I can't, um, I cannot have that much resources to have a service or anything. So I can configure it in my the system, so that for learning purpose and for kind of research I can use this kind of the legacy model. So in this legacy model, in the corporate side, what we were doing is self infra management. So whatever the servers that we have to do, and the open source drivers, suppose if there is any changes happening and that browser is compatibility or not, that we have to do it manually. And then resources access, suppose so I have a team distributed across geographical locations. It may not be a it may not be feasible to use the same server that have been using at this the location. So again, from their end, they have to configure and everything they have to do it, whatever the configuration that I have done at my end. Okay, that's kind of the limitation that we have. And then suppose, and this particular kind of the legacy format is useful for the training needs. Suppose I wanted to learn, I wanted to explore more on the Selenium side, or Appium side, or some other the frameworks that market is introducing. I wanted to explore, yes, that you can configure in your system, you can do it, but you have to do it yourself, and you need to manage, suppose what is the device that is compatible and what is the browser that is compatible, that you need to see it and you have to manage it. But and also suppose earlier days, when the mobile apps automation started, mobile apps just started a decade back. So we have we start with a small, and then increase to a large scale. So that was the mode that we came across. And because subsequently it is not meeting the required enterprise the needs. So that's the reason the industry transformed to a the cloud model. Okay, various vendors uh, uh, introduce their innovative the solutions and products in the cloud platform, that is their base. They using that one, different models came up, and different services, innovative solutions, which are part of quality engineering, right from the requirement phase to the the deployment, and which meets all the needs that enterprise demands. Okay, it's not only specific to a particular development side or particular testing side. It meets all. When I say the all, means right from the starting from the development side and the testing side and the deployment, post deployment, production monitoring, everything, those kind of the solutions, innovative solutions that vendors are introducing on this particular. And basically this particular model is on ASaaS. We call it as a software as a service, and we also call it as a pay as you go. Hey, so you have different subscriptions, based on the models, and you need to pay and you can use it, the service, the resources. So what these cloud solution providers are saying, you focus on the quality and we'll take care of your infra. So that kind of the message they have given to the market, and that's where past 7 years this uh, transformation has started, and it is on the stable state where it can easily introduce compatible to the latest emerging trends like AI or some other new technologies. It is in a position to adapt. Okay, so that's in this one, in this particular the cloud model. What happens is, so uh, at a client side only you have your source code and you have your application that is running on the browser, and you don't need to bother about what kind of the device that I have to use it, how to manage it, and how to connect it. you know you don't need to worry about that one. That will be taken care by the this particular mobile cloud solution. And not only the device management, they are providing a number of the services which are part of engineering the activities. And basically it is not specific to that particular platform the components. They are also um, making their platform more scalable so that it can integrate with other vendors. For example, like suppose I have a suit on the Jira platform side, it is integrated with the Jaffa Squad as well. All my the scripts are lying there, but it has to be executed on cloud platform where I have, subscribed with this particular platform, for example, Lambda test. So how that is happening? Because Lambda test is one platform and Jira is one platform, two different platform. So basically, you don't need to do that is being taken care by the particular vendor, so that wherever your suits are available, so that will easily maintained and use it for the your testing needs. And at the same time the providers are giving the analytic platforms so that you can do a monitoring, and you can derive the insights based on the results and the metrics it is the platform is generated. In the standalone platform, in the legacy, you do not have any such thing. You have to create your own self. You have to create your summary report. You have to create your mm, the dashboard yourself and integrate with our code repo. But here in this solution, you just take care of your validations and your assertions and your actions and what needs to be tested. And the remaining things will be taken care by the this cloud platform. Predominantly I have explained, I have mentioned over here. One is infra management, Zero, and open source driver, how it is being compatible to this particular. Suppose if you see few months back, Appium has the change in its server component, but how that will be managed. So how that will be compatible to the available devices. How? So because so the manually, so if you are going with the the legacy, you have to do it everything manually. You have to take care of everything. But in this having this kind of enterprise the cloud platform, so you don't need to do anything. So irrespective of any version is coming in, that management will be taken care by the cloud solution providers. Okay, only you need to take care of the driver that you are right driver that you are putting in your code, and the method that you are putting in. So those things that you need to take care, remaining the rest all will be taken care by the solution provider, cloud solution provider. Okay, so and then the next, they're also providing the integration with all engineering platforms. When I say engineering platform, means one is code repo, that is GitHub, and project management, the Jira, or test management, JavaScript, you know communication protocol, communication channels like Slack or Teams. There are various vendors and various customers are using different um, the platforms, those integrations also, because its range is very wide. Okay, it's not limited to the one particular area. It's a broad, and it is it can fit to the all customer requirements. Okay, And in addition to that one, we have open source frameworks. If you see past 5 years, many frameworks have introduced in the open source forum. Okay, so not only specific to the one particular language, different languages. For example, if you say Python side, we have the robot frameworks, and if it's JavaScript side, if you see Selenium JavaScript and WebDriver IO and the Playwright in the JavaScript side, like the different frameworks are there. Mm, so only you need to ready with your code base, and the remaining will be taken care by this particular platform, and you can execute in any device and any platform. Okay, and at the same time, the last the point is advanced testing solutions integration. Here it is. Uh, if you're on this particular standard, and you need to do your research, and you need to come up with your own the code to frame any kind of particular advanced solution. But in this one, they have introduced each provider have introduced their the solutions, for example, accessibility testing. So that is the one kind of advanced solution that is being provided to the customers. And the next one is visual testing. So comparing the images and giving the results, that kind of the solution that solution providers are providing. And then analytics also, it's only it's not simple pass or fail, but it is examine the total entire suit, and where is the lag in the suit, and so how many have executed so far, and how many has not executed, and since how long, how many cycles, and comparing between the cycles and giving the results, so that we can have a better knowledge on the test suit, healthiness of the test suit, and the application stability, and what are the areas frequently the test suits are failing. So that kind of the deep analytics, they have been providing on the platforms. So this is majorly all enterprise customers demanding these kind of services, keeping their business needs in view, and keeping the application quality in view. So, and keeping the test suite to be run on multiple devices and platform. So we have to have a sound, a large scale, secured platform, so that it can meet all the needs, from the requirements to the deployment. So this is the suppose if you are on the any kind of corporate assignment, definitely, if any mobile testing is available, and you will have one of these cloud solution provider, and you can witness, and you can experience, and you can do a lot on the particular platform. Okay, so this is how we have shifted from the legacy to the the cloud platform. Legacy is remains we have as on today, and you can do your explore at your the system, and be with the uh, open source the frameworks that have introduced with the latest features that you can ready. But the moment when you shift to the cloud platform, so you don't worry about the driver. Whatever you have learned is that is remains same. There will not be any change. The learn that you are taking on is the particular solution provider, how that being connected, and how the devices will be invoked, how the test will be executed on the particular device or the particular browser. Only you need to train, or you need to aware of the platform, how we can use. That's it. But the automation technology that you have learned, that is remains same. There is no change at all. So the code report, the code that you have developed, whatever you have is that will as it is will be running on the devices. Okay, because if you see, mm, we are giving the grid hub as a URL, right? Instead of that GitHub URL, you can give this particular cloud URL and certain capabilities. Definitely, whatever the code that you have is that will be running on the particular target device hosted on the particular cloud platform. If you see in the this particular mobile device, Appium, if you're running, you have to give the device ID. You have to give the the bundle ID in case of iOS device. In Android device, the package name. But apart from the, in addition that, you are giving the device ID. Okay, so the device ID that you are giving in the cloud platform, uh, cloud device, and then the URL that you are giving, instead of giving the local Appium server URL, you are giving the cloud URL. That's it. Your code, you're not going to change any change on the. You're not going to touch your code repo. Only you are touching the capabilities, so that that will automatically running on the cloud device. Okay, so that's all I have on mobile cloud solutions. I hope you got some view on mobile cloud solutions, what it is, and we're going to move to the Lambda test platform now. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next session.